living in the UK, and before this, I lived in the US. I think we have a lot less of a positive sense of the future. There's a lot of defeatism, and we project that a lot on China. There's a lot of like, China is going to fail. Now their economy is going down. And like, I think there's that very famous economist that's always predicting China's failure like every 10 years, like,
Yeah, yeah.
I won't say his name, but um yeah. So you did just speak about something really, an initiative that is like culturally really positive, and I think will have a lasting impact. And I'm excited about that. But can you also talk about something else that maybe you feel positive or excited about, that is like maybe a more of a tangible initiative that is happening?
hmm As we are speaking, there's a very important meeting taking place in China. It's the third plenum of the party's meeting. And this meeting, third plenum, is very important because it will lay out the long-term plan, especially economic plan for the country. And of course, China nowadays, everything happened is not just domestic events anymore. I mean, especially economy. I mean, economic plans, you have impact to the whole world. So the whole world is watching what's China's plan for the next 5 to 10 years. So I know there's a lot of people projecting China's economy is going to collapse anytime. Of course, the growth rate is slowing because in the past 40 years, we started from a very poor country. When you are very poor, you have a huge room to improve, right? So that's why in the past few decades, you see like very dramatic growth, but you cannot keep that fast growth all the time. So now China is relatively like improved to a middle upper income country and GDP world number 2, I think. So of course it slowed down compared to the past 40 years, but that doesn't mean the economy is collapsing. And also China is experiencing this transition period. Also during the 20th Party Congress, China announced the plan. Our President Xi announced the different goal in the next phase of development. So China already improved from a very war-torn, poor country to a well-off society where most people are like middle income, and we get lifted people out of extreme poverty. We finish our first goal in that first centenary. Next, one important task is to reduce the inequality, reduce the excessive income of the super rich, and improve the still underdeveloped region, improve the income of the less rich people. So make it more balanced development. That's the very important goal. You may hear some people complaining, whoa, like we lose this much money, like real estate is really bad. Of course, during this transition, you're gonna reform a lot of reform, and that's gonna hurt some people's interests. But it depends on what kind of businessman, what kind of entrepreneurs you talk to. Some entrepreneurs are just sad because like this is like going nowhere. I lost so much money, it's going bad. And some entrepreneurs are busy every day. They have so much work to do. They have so many business to make. So it depends on who you talk to. So like different sections are having different experiences, but it's good for the majority of the people. And now China's next goal is we gotta achieve high quality development. What does that mean? I think one important thing is to achieve technological renovation. China is already quite cutting edge in terms of e-cars, solar panels, AI, all this technology. So they are trying to be more innovative. China is spending trillions of our currency into building schools, campuses on developing cutting edge technology. So in the future, if this chip war or trade war doesn't work anymore, so now the US banning chips, try to slow China down. It's only going to slow China for a few years, but it won't be too long because they are start to innovate themselves. And I'm sure in the next 5 or 10 years, it's going to be dramatically different. And the technology advancement will be unstoppable in China. So this is the economy. Of course, we are experiencing some challenges because of sluggish external consumption. China used to do a lot of exports, but because of the whole world is experiencing this sluggish economy, the consumption is low. So China is doing everything to boost the domestic consumption. And in some areas, it's more challenging, more competitive. And in China, we always say, wow, everything is so competitive. Everybody's so competitive. These people are working nonstop. I mean, that's the spirit of us. We are never going to stop. So we are experiencing some challenges, but right now this meeting is laying out the big plan for the next 10 years to solve these challenges and solve the problems once for all, and also to be the number one in technology innovation. One of my friends who is an expert in economy, he said, now for many entrepreneurs in other countries, it's important to come to China. Maybe not doing some businesses, but it's just come here and see what's happening. Like you have to catch up with the most advanced technology, so you won't be left behind. So for many of the businessmen from Europe, North America, they had to come to China to see every now and then just to catch up with the most cutting edge technology. So I think like we don't need to believe in the Western mainstream media. Things will change very soon, and I'm quite positive about this.